Hey guys, what's up? This is JK coming to you from the Baseball Rebellion, and right here we have Brennan, okay, for the case study, and this is Brennan's initial evaluation video when he first came to us a little over a year and a half ago. And the first thing about Brennan that I really liked was his attitude. He was obviously very baseball trained. He has some knowledge behind the swing. I know that he had done some work before with some other guys, and he had moved from out of town, and he was looking for a place to go, and he came to us, and we were really excited to have him. He's a strong kid. He's a small kid, but he's strong. He's got good hip ranges. He's got good core strength. Relatively knows how to handle a bat, and so this is just a good example of a kid who had some potential from an early age already to going ahead and making it much better and much more efficient, and you'll see what I'm talking about when we look at his video from last week. But we're going to take a look at his first swing real quick, and if you notice a few things, okay, right off the bat, okay, big step forward, okay, so he wants to get his foot moving. Now, if you watch how it's just really quick, okay, and we're going to talk about Brennan's first move here in a second when we look at his other video, but look how quick he kind of steps out and gets going. Now, he does get some weight going, which is very good to see. This is something that we highlighted right away, like, man, you're doing this really well. Wants to get his foot open. All right, so just like we do with our online clients, okay, we're going to use the telestrator here to kind of show you some things. Front knee tries to get open, front foot tries to get open, hips are trying to get open. So he's doing some stuff that is really good to see, and we were super impressed with that already. He does kind of leave his knee back, so if we take a look at his back knee, he reaches his foot out, and his back knee doesn't really go a whole lot. So this is something that we tried to work on early to get him moving a little bit more positively right away. And we're also going to see a nice little shift back sway move that he does now, which is really nice. Probably one of the more advanced moves that we have in the building. So let's go ahead and continue through. So he gets to a pretty good position here. His back goes behind his shoulder, which is nice to see. And this is kind of where maybe some coaching comes involved with what he tries to do in the swing. If you notice, his back foot kind of stays the same. Okay, just try to get a little bit of hip rotation, so you can definitely see the side of his shoulders really kind of coming through here, which is good. But from there, all right, lots of twisting, lots of squishing the bug, so to speak, back there on the back foot. We can definitely see the back foot shifting. No ground gain there at all from the back side, so his hips are relatively cut off from maximizing power. And I think the biggest thing that you can see is that downward push of the bat. So you can see from here, instead of continuing to turn up through the baseball, he has the downward push through contact. As you can see, his bat extension is below his shoulder line rather than having good extension, or what I like to call more appropriately, a good release up through the baseball, rather than a good push down through the baseball. And you can see he kind of cuts underneath this ball, and this is something Brennan's worked really hard on. Okay, he's not a big guy by any means, but he is strong, and he can turn really fast. So he's been working really hard on trying to use less arms, and the first thing we had to do was get him moving and get him using his lower half a little bit better, which is going to help create a little bit more power for him, and he won't have to feel his arms so much. But when you're strong like this, and these strong kids want to use their arms, you got to try to get them out of that pretty quickly, because as soon as they start facing guys with a little bit of cheddar, they're going to really struggle to catch up, especially on that downhill path. We can see the two intersecting lines from the pitch coming in from myself here, coming down, and you can see Brennan's bat path is also down, so that, contact somewhere right around that X. So we want to make sure, obviously, that we're swinging up, and he did a really good job of fixing that. You're going to see that here in a little bit. One thing also that I really like about Brennan's swing from the beginning was his vision. You can really see him really concentrate on looking down at the baseball at contact. Awesome job there. So he had a lot of good things to work with right off the bat, okay, and he was hitting some of these balls pretty hard, purely based on some of the things he'd already learned as being a strong kid. Here's a good swing too, okay. For the most part, this is a little bit more level swing, okay, but you can see the hard back arm push kind of to get through contact there. So he was pretty efficient right away in some respects, but obviously had some room to grow in the tempo part of his swing. Okay, he's really quick to step and go ahead and start swinging, so seeing pitches longer was a problem for him. All right, obviously gaining ground with that back foot, and Brennan showed a lot of growth in the last year and a half, and is now, for being a smaller individual as a fifth grader, or as a fifth grade and under guy, he's able to generate a lot of power for his size and really squeeze out all the potential power that he has in his body. So this is Brennan's eval video. Let's see the last couple swings here. Okay, posture is kind of pretty good at the end, but not very good. Another miss hit. Okay, kind of getting underneath the baseball. Okay, you can see him just get under that ball because of his angle of his swing. And alright, so there's Brennan to start with. Another ground ball. So you can see a lot of similar things in all these swings. A good starting off point though, but we're going to see how Brennan can take, from a guy that has some promise already in his swing, can really elevate his swing with a little bit of work.